Welcome to the Stuff and Junk Show, where we share our opinions on random subjects from interesting news, social topics, pop culture, our likes and dislikes, things you've seen, heard, or read, what we did, and what we do. You know, stuff and junk. Hello, my name is Albert.
My name is Ruthy.
Hey, Jiaming.
Savannah. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you guys real quick about my gym story that happened on Friday because I'm still a little bit, mad about it. But, so I go to, a small specialized gym where we do, cardio.
Ooh, fancy.
Oh, yeah, no, small.
Oh, just me.
Are we supposed to ask you what a specialized gym even means?
Well, I don't know how to explain it because it's a small.
It's a
room.
boutique?
It's not like a giant gym.
It's 300 bucks a
I
month.
wish. No. But it's a small, it's like a suite in a shopping mall kind of thing where, you just go in and it's so every station, every punching bag is your own personal station where you have
that's nice.
your weights, your mat, your weighted ball, whatever. So you claim your spot for the session.
It does sound expensive though, if that's the case.
Well, I'll just send. I'm gonna send a picture of me. I took this is pre-war, basically. I took this
Pre-war.
So I'm so mad. Okay, so basically, there is no reason to interact with people. All right, so it's 2 rows. People, I'm all the way in the corner because I like to be in the corner. I like to be away from people, so I'm in the corner, and so we do the class and whatnot. So it's 3 rounds of boxing, 3 rounds of strength training, whatever, blah, blah. So during the second round, I'm deep in my squats because leg day. And this guy that's in the middle of the other row just walks by me, goes into my station, and grabs one of my weights.
What?
And that,
Ew, gross. Rude.
Yeah, and just walks away. And I am excuse me? What just happened? So I flag down the trainer and I tell her hey, he just walked into my station, grabbed my weight, and he's far away from me. There was no reason to, and so I was like, can you tell him not to do that again? And she's like, yeah, I'll tell him. So, she told him, blah, blah, and she comes up to me, she's like, hey, I let him know the next time to ask. I was like, just make sure that he never does that again because you do not want me telling him something. And she's like, oh, no, I'm sorry. And I was like, just thank you for letting him know, but so I was really fired up for the last round of boxing. I was going at it. So anyways, after the class is over, he walks back, puts the weight back, and he's like, hey, sorry, I should have asked. And I was like, yeah, you should have. I was like, don't ever do that again.
Oh.
I was really pissed. And he's like, yeah, I should have asked. I was like, yeah, you should have. And he because he was walking away as he said that, and he turned around, he gave me a look, and then just kept on walking. And I was like, come at me, bro. I don't care if you're 6'4". I will take you down right now. I was just like, how dare you go into my personal space while we're working out? You don't even ask. You just grab the weight. And I'm like, out of all the 13 other people in that class, you had to go to mine? What is your problem, sir?
Wait, doesn't he have a station too?
Yes, that's right.
So why?
And you know what?
Why was he taking your?
And
What did he? Was he missing weights in that? That's what he
yeah,
took.
it was the heaviest weight, which obviously I'm not going to use. But there are other people there that are not using it, and there was an empty station because the monitor is broken. So he could have just gone over there and grabbed the weight, but he decided to go all the way to the corner. The right corner and grab my weight, and not even the one that was open. It
Or
was
next
the one
to him?
It was the one under my So what I do when I use my mat, I just put it over the weight station because I'm gonna grab it again for strength training.
Oh, so did he touch your mat?
Yes, and I was just like, how could you? So I was so angry. I was literally about to throw it down, but I was like, keep your cool because I don't want to get banned. But I was just I was so angry, and I was like, maybe I overreacted. But I'm like, no. You do not go into my space. You need next time ask permission. And I'm like, who do you think you are to do that?
Also,
And
it's
so
really stupid. If there's an
Yes.
open station or there's a couple more people, at least ask the people next to you first before going all the way to the corner. Why your station out of all the people?
You
I don't
know
know.
what's hilarious?
Or the empty one. Why not the empty one?
It's
You
what's-
had the heaviest weights, nobody else had it.
Hold on, guys.
Hopefully,
Jiaming
yeah.
wants to make lighthearted comment. Go ahead.
Yeah. What's funny is this guy's gone home and he's talked to his friend and says, you know what? I tried to flirt with this girl and I tried to get and then she just started yelling at me.
I mean, that could be it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he could be trying to get your attention,
I
Anna.
thought I was doing like a meet cute, a rom-com situation. Boy, I really missed the mark on this one. She misread the situation, man. What a bummer. Wow.
No, and I went off on it.
I know. Oh, that'd be the perfect version. Oh, get him on the podcast.
But isn't it how rom-coms start too? You know,
Exactly.
two people they don't get along.
Yeah.
By the end of the movie.
I don't know if you
They hate each other's
It's the
guts,
friend of
and then
enemies to lovers.
It's not enemies to lovers. This is enemies to enemies. Okay,
Yeah.
I was literally gonna punch him in the face. I
And
was
also,
so bad.
to be fair, I don't know. I don't know. That first part was kind of serious, but my second serious part, the guy did start with. I mean, when he approached you again, I mean, he obviously fucked up the first time, but the second time he approached you, he did apologize. He started with sorry, so he got his dick. Is all I'll say.
Well, I just I couldn't hit him. I could have injured him
Yeah.
when I was squatting with my weight. You know, I'm just like,
Yeah.
I was just like, don't. I maybe this is an only child thing, but I don't like it when people get in like my stuff.
you don't like to
So
share.
so he triggered me, and I was just like, don't ever do that again. And I was so mad. So I think he didn't expect me to stand up for myself, but I'm just like, I'm at the point where I'm like, don't mess with me. Don't.
Again, it'd be hilarious if it was a complete misunderstanding. The complete opposite reaction. Like, I try to throw chick me out. What happened?
I mean, I guess you could have gone a little bit easier and just be like, just please don't do it again. It's fine.
No, he needs to learn. He needs to learn to not do that.
So you're saying like when he came back to apologize and he said, "Oh, I should have asked,"
You ripped him a new one.
and then you were like, "Yeah, you should have asked," and he's like, "Yeah, I should have asked," and then you're like, "Yeah, you should have asked," and he's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah,
Pretty much.
I should have asked," and he goes, "Yeah, you should have asked," and then she goes,
Okay,
"I
okay,
should've-"
okay.
and then he
Also-
goes like, "I should have just asked for your number."
So, yeah, no. So we
Okay,
shouldn't
okay, now we're
exchange
getting carried
Instagrams?
away.
Is that what we're saying? We shouldn't exchange information? I had my phone out. Yeah, he had his phone out with his information. Like,
Oh my god,
context?
no.
So you're not gonna tap here?
Do you have a picture of what this guy looks like? We want to see what he looks like.
Yeah.
No, he's in the 4:30 class, and I'm taking 4:30 classes.
Oh, so you're
now, I don't-
keeping tabs of when he is.
No. Okay, the
Oh, I
only
see.
reason
No, yeah.
why I know because the last 4:30 class there was another guy that was like punching the bag really fast and like really like he's so strong, and then everybody was fawning over him. So I remember him being there like, "Hey, dude, like my name's this," and they were just and the guy was like, "Oh, I was really weak today." I was like, "Oh my god, I'm just not."
Have
meant
you
for
seen him
gym
before?
culture."
Never know that. Have you seen this person before?
Yeah, he goes to 30. I've seen him at Saturday classes. I've seen him at other classes.
Again, this
Oh
guy
my-
goes home and, hey, I saw my gym crush
Oh
thing.
my
we
god!
tried to exchange numbers, but
Oh.
what happened? I don't know what happened. I don't
He
know what
went with
happened.
the wrong girl. You just
Yeah.
don't do that.
I
you know
think she
that.
was a body slam. I don't know what happened. I think she suplexed me.
And then his friend was like,
I really
"Hey, that's
was.
pretty hot, man."
Oh, it'd be hilarious. It's a complete misunderstanding of the situation. Oh, good time. Invite him on the podcast next week. That's all I'm saying.
No. Oh my! I don't think he meant the apology. That's all I'm saying. Okay, that's why I went off on him, and he was shocked. So.
I mean, I'm surprised you didn't even mention that he picked up the heaviest weight because he assumed
Yeah.
that was
Oh
too
my God.
heavy for you, Anna.
That too. I mean, I'm on 8. I'm at 8 weeks right now. Okay.
Or again, we read this situation differently. He's just showing off. Oh, look what I can do. Me.
Don't
me
you
hunt-
want this?
Me, Hunter.
My,
Me hunt biggest game.
my
Look,
station
look.
is over
Yeah, I know,
there.
Me provide whole food. Muscle. Me muscle. Look.
Not an enemies to lovers.
I
thing.
want you to come
Yeah.
over there and
There you
get
go.
the weight back.
Yeah.
Oh God, no! Well, it's gonna get punched in the face. So there you go.
There you
That's my story.
All right, Jiaming.
No,
Come on,
limits.
Anna. This
What?
is
Just don't mess with my stuff. I'm sorry. I just get really angry, and I was.
All right.
No.
I'm like
Note
a
to
mad
self, not
chihuahua.
not the way to
I know.
flirt with Anna. Don't
I
take
know.
her stuff.
No,
Easy,
No, I-
She-Hulk. I get it. You get it. All right. It's wrong. You get it. All right.
Sorry, yeah. Sorry, your turn.
Only child
my-
in cancer. Do
yeah.
not take her stuff. Don't get into her
Yeah.
space.
Not. Sorry.
Here's my whole thing. I think everybody has this complaint and stuff. But I experienced it again this last week. Why do when you go to the dentist and stuff? Why do they insist on having a conversation with you when you're having the tooth
Here's
and the
everything in
suction
there.
thing? You're like, I can't listen. Unless you give me unless you're asking me a yes or no, I can't talk. I can't answer how many times I
I
flossed
think
per week,
honestly
guys.
they mess with you.
It has to be, right?
Honestly, no, because literally when I remember when I was getting my wisdom teeth taken out, and I wasn't put under, like I was just numb, like all around my mouth, and they were like, "So what do you do for a living?" And I'm like, I'm trying to tell them, and they're like, "What? What did she say?" And I was like, "Okay, you guys are screwing with me."
It would be funny if they understood you, though. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's cool."
I
like,
think it's like their way of seeing if
Yeah.
if they have everything right in your mouth. Because if you're not able to speak correctly, then that means it's good.
that's true.
Jesus.
It's working.
Well, that's how about direct thing. But anyway, my other complaint is my whole thing. The reason I go.
Oh wait,
I
hold
went
on.
to
You're
dentist-
past the dentist thing.
No, it's a part two.
Okay.
The other complaint I have is like because I'm there every 6 months now. 6 months to get my teeth cleaned. You know what I mean? They take out and they always ask me. And I just feel like crap. They always ask, "Hey, do you floss? How often do you floss?" I was like, I should lie more often. But they, you know what I mean? But I said,
They
They
can
know.
see. They can
I know,
see
they
if
can
you don't
see.
floss.
No.
And the thing is, why do we have to do this dance back and forth? You know what I mean? If you know,
You
I
know
don't
I'm not
floss.
flossing.
I know why.
That's
you
why
keep
I'm
asking?
here. I'm getting you to clean
Yeah.
my teeth of
I
6
know.
months worth of
That's
not
yeah, that's my
flossing.
point. If I'm not flossing very often, but I'm coming here every 6 months, just do your job, clean the teeth. You know what I mean? And the worst part is afterwards, they treat me like a little kid because the last 3 times I think I've gone.
Did they teach
do
you how
it-
to floss your teeth?
Exactly.
Oh, I hate that.
They
I
do.
do hate that
it's
part.
every
So
time.
annoying,
It's
so
like I know how to floss my
condescending.
teeth. I just don't want to do it.
Yeah. Like, here,
I'm an
you gotta
adult.
take this floss. It has to be arms length. Like arms length? Really? Are we really?
Scoop in
Yeah, I
under
know,
the gum.
I know.
You have to
seriously.
go back and forth. Like I
And
don't
they take
care.
the
I don't
fake
want
teeth
to.
out. So you hold this thing, you can hold the toothbrush down, count to 7,
the-
move it, the next set, 2 teeth, count to 7. Like, come on, man. And I told
It's
them
No one's
front,
got
too,
time
like,
for that.
yeah, that's the thing. I told them up front, you know what, guys, you showed me this last time, dude. Can we just here's the 100? I literally had the money in my hand. Like, yeah, I know
And is it me or is that a new thing? Because I don't. Even growing up when I was a kid, I don't remember my dentist telling me this is how you should floss.
It's not a new thing. It's been around for a while.
Well, my
It's a-
dentist
they,
growing up
they want to tell you you're
never.
dumb. They're like, you're,
Basically,
you're
no, but
so
honestly, I don't
dumb.
remember being told how to how to floss properly. I just like learned how to do it properly.
Yeah.
But like,
It
I don't
depends.
remember like every single dentist telling me that
It,
this
it
is how you
depends on the
properly
person.
floss.
It depends on the person.
Yeah,
but my
No,
whole
but I
thing
feel
is
like every dentist that I've been to lately, I've been trying out different ones, and they all try to teach me how to floss, and I'm like,
Wow.
I know how to floss.
They're getting
My-
paid by big floss companies.
I guess so. It's
My
like
whole
becoming
thing
part
is,
of the
like,
spiel.
yeah, my whole thing is like on average, you go to a dentist once a year to go get your teeth cleaned. If I go there every 6 months, that means I've shown a commitment. You know what I mean? And if I show
True.
that commitment, still probably
It's
clean
more
your
than
teeth. You know what
floss.
I mean?
That's more of a commitment than flossing every night.
I floss every. It's not like I'm an animal.
but
You know,
also-
I floss I floss every few days or something, but it's not consistent. You know what I mean? But you
Yeah.
know what I mean? But still, come on, man.
But also,
Do I need this?
if you did floss every night consistently and beautifully and perfectly, then you wouldn't need to go to the dentist every 6
Yeah.
months, and they would run
You
out
should
of,
be
go
glad
out
I'm
of
not
business.
flossing. Yeah, that's a good point.
They
You should be glad
would
I'm not
find
flossing.
another thing. They
Yeah.
would find another thing to like get you and be like, "Hey, you know what? Actually, you're flossing too much now."
You know?
You
See,
know?
that's what
You're
my two complaints.
damaging your gums.
Yeah. How dare you?
I have 2 points. So my 2 points in conclusion. Number 1, no chit chat. No chit chat while I'm doing the
Just
mouth
clean my
thing. You know what I mean?
teeth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have fingers in my mouth.
My mouth is open.
Yeah, stop it. Number 2, I don't even feel guilty. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, I have money in my hand. I'm gonna give you this money. I'm gonna leave. You know what I mean? No need to bring out the fake teeth, guys. It's okay. It's fine. It's okay. God damn it.
So,
Anyways.
so
Yeah, I feel like customer service requirements have gone a little overboard in this country for like the smallest things, because I really don't remember this much chit chat growing up with like going to get your hair done, or like just getting a haircut, getting a manicure, pedicure, getting your teeth cleaned, going to the doctor. Like I get bedside manner is trying to be improved, but like it's getting to the point where it's like, okay, come on, we both know we're busy. Like, can you just
It's
get
out
to
of
the point?
hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's getting a
It's so
little
out of hand.
And like I
That's-
don't like at doctors' offices, like where nurses or like when you're getting a regular checkup, like they're dumbing down terminology now. I'm like, no, give me how you would say it. Like it's like
Oh, really?
yeah.
They're not dumbing it down for us.
No?
No.
Like I said, it depends on the person. Depends on the person.
And I'm like, just tell me what you mean,
like
and
I'm
I'll be
five.
able to understand you. Or I can look it up later on. Like this is so like in instead of using medical terms, like think of it this way. And I'm like, don't give me like if there's anything that annoys me more than anything is analogies or like like analogies and like instead of just telling me what it is and like explaining it in terms of oh like think of it this way. I'm like, no, I don't want to think of it that way. Just tell me what it is and how it goes.
Honestly, I have the opposite problem because the place I work, it's all basically like their English is not very good. There are other people in my office, and also I'm the nephew of the owner, so it's my kind
Nepo
of like
Nepo.
yeah, it's my
Nepo baby.
It's the
We
unwritten
finally
thing.
learned a little
You know,
secret.
well, it comes with a price. The thing is, so anytime something comes up where like, hey, the plumber has to come or the electrician
Yeah,
has
it
to come.
does.
Yeah, they never. Oh, it's a porno reference now. Anyway, they never dumb it down. In my instance, they always give you like the terminology that they would use, like extra chronology. They never dumb it down. That's why I found it annoying and stuff like that. They never use basic, simple language and stuff. They always use the professional terminology. Anyway,
So I guess I'll segue to my story about the dentist. So I used to go to the dentist twice a year. All right. So
As you should.
as it should. I blame this on genetics, but I have good teeth. As I've been reminded every time I go to the dentist. Oh, you have good teeth.
I mean, we're cousins. I can attest to that. We've never needed
Yeah.
braces. We don't really have problems with our teeth. You
Yeah.
know, we have good teeth.
Yeah, I never had. I don't think I've ever had a cavity. Actually, now I think about it. You know, it's like so.
Oh, now you're just bragging.
I really don't remember
Humble
ever.
bro.
Anyways, my only problem is that my gums are receding. That's the only thing. And that one
That is a problem in our family, though.
Yeah. So
even
that
though
one,
we
that
have the
one,
teeth.
that one I've accepted. But every time I go to the dentist, this is always the thing that is brought up. So during the COVID times, I actually stopped going because it was a whole hassle. I guess
Yeah,
quote-unquote hassle. And at the same time, I have good teeth. I mean, come on, like I'm not that worried. I don't want to jinx it by saying this on the podcast, but yeah. So after a certain point, after the COVID year, I went back to the dentist and I go, oh, I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, well, yeah, blah 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 blah. You know, and they kind of like they were kind of like teasing me. Oh, we're gonna find some stuff, you know, that kind of thing. But they didn't say it that way. But I can hear it in the tone of their voice, like they're ready to tell me that oh, you have this, you have that, because we haven't been here in a couple of years or whatever, right?
Yeah, it's called COVID. Nobody saw each other for a couple of years.
But yeah, nothing, right? So the other things like, oh, you have good teeth. Like I know, I keep being told this. You should know this. I mean, I said it in my head at least, right? So yeah, I haven't gone to the dentist in 2 years now at this point. Okay, so I know I get the notifications like, oh, you should schedule a dentist appointment. We haven't seen you in a while, kind of thing. Still haven't gone. But I am expecting to get this kind of treatment again the next time I do go. Like, oh, you haven't been here in a while. Let me show you how to floss. You know, let me tell you like you have this or that. You know,
Because you're gonna forget how to floss.
Yeah, that's I expect all of that. But in terms of the flossing thing, I don't lie. You know, they go, do you floss? And not really. You know, I just be honest about it, kind of thing. But I feel like that backfires on me because every time I say that, they teach me how to floss. So, as far as the chit chatting thing. I close my eyes. I think I've done this even when I used to get haircuts. I'll close my eyes if I don't want anybody talking to me, and it seems to work with me. When I close my eyes,
I close my eyes all the time. They still blah blah.
they
blah,
still
blah,
bother
blah,
you. Yeah, then I guess it goes back to my thing. It depends on the person. But I use the
I'm gonna try headphones.
Which
next.
person? The person
Okay.
providing the service, or the person?
the
or
person
the
providing the service.
I don't.
That's my thing.
I don't know. I've been told like people seem to like to talk to me even though like I'm not in the mood, and I'm just like, is it really me, or is it the person?
Did they try to go to your section and get your weights, Ruthy?
Oh, that's never happened to me. No.
but yeah, that seems to be the case. Oh, and Jiaming, we do have a mutual friend who is a dentist. You ever bring this up to him?
No, not really.
Hey, Ruthy, if we see him over at Comic-Con, because I think we might see him at Comic-Con, remind me to bring this up to him.
Hey, do you always tell the same patients over and over how to floss?
Oh, also this
Because
is
it's
not
kind
the
of annoying.
also this is not the dentist too. Everybody, because my dentist, because it's just one guy and stuff like that. He just comes in at the last 5 minutes. He just kind of takes a look at it, see if
That's
there's
true.
anything major. It's the technicians. It's the
Yeah, the
assistants.
hygienists.
The
Yeah.
hygienist.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I'm hoping they don't. I mean, I'm pretty sure they don't listen to this, but there is one hygienist in my dentist that I go to that I really always wish. Oh, I hope it's not her. I hope it's not her.
Yeah.
Because she's the talking one. She's the here's how you floss and here's how I do it, and she always has to like try to sell me into some products kind of thing. Like, oh my gosh.
Oh, they try to do products. They haven't done that to me yet.
Yeah, they're you know they maybe they have some kind of sponsorship to try to sell a certain kind of like electric toothbrush. That kind of
Oh,
thing.
they always do
Oh.
that. That's so
Oh, interesting.
annoying.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So there's that. I think after COVID they had to let her go.
Yeah.
Do I?
I mean, I totally
Feel
years ago,
bad
I
about
totally
it?
got sold Invisalign, and for the longest time, like you said, Albert, like we like in our genetics, luckily we have good teeth.
Mm-hmm.
I've never thought that my teeth were crooked. I mean, they're not perfect, but I've never thought I needed braces. But for the longest time that I've been going to the same dentist for over a decade now. For the first like 5 years, every year they're like, "Are you sure you don't want Invisalign? Like it's gonna be straight. It's gonna be so much nicer." And I did try it, but I didn't really feel like I needed it. So instead of having it for 8 months, it took me like almost 3 years, I think 4 years, before I just finally had all the attachments removed. Because I was like, I don't really feel like I need this. Like, this is just annoying to put on. It's cutting my mouth. I don't want to do it anymore. And I just wasted all that money. I had them remove all the attachments. And they gave me retainers because they're like, oh, so your teeth don't move. And I'm like, my teeth are not going to go anywhere. This is my teeth. It didn't even work the first time because I never really used it properly. So yeah, I've gotten tired of going to the dentist just because of the whole like trying to upsell you like services and oh, maybe you should do this. You want whitening? Do you want this? You need to have this toothbrush. It's going to be better. It's like, no, I don't need a sonic toothbrush. My regular handheld toothbrush works just fine. Yeah.
I
Upselling,
actually use both. I use a traditional toothbrush and I do have an electric toothbrush. I have schedules for them. I use an electric toothbrush on the weekends, and I use a regular toothbrush on the weekdays. Or
He's got a.
Is there a reason why? Like on the weekends you just party harder?
Okay. The real reason why, because I wake up at 4 a.m. to go to work, right? And Jessica's usually asleep. So instead of having the electric toothbrush running in the bedroom kind of thing, I go to the outside bathroom. But that's where I keep my
regular
traditional toothbrush. So that's what I use. I could theoretically just bring my electric
Yes.
toothbrush outside,
That's an option.
but why bother? So it's like, I have one
You
over
have a
here, I have
schedule.
one over there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
And since we're all sharing, Anna, do you have any dentist stories?
Not great stories. The last time was traumatizing enough that I'm like, I don't want to go back.
Okay, well, I mean, if you don't want to share, we shall move on.
It was when I got my wisdom teeth pulled, and they started the surgery before the anesthesia kicked in.
Oh my gosh.
So I
Wow.
could feel it.
They were
and
impatient.
No.
They were running behind. They rushed me.
Oh
And
no.
Wow.
I was starting
Wow.
to freak out, and they're like, "You need to open your mouth." And I was like, in pain and stuff. And then I was knocked out, and then I woke up. My mom says it was only 20 minutes, and I believe it because I still have a lot of pain.
Mhm.
And then when they before that, when they were checking everything, they were measuring like my gums and stuff, and it was so painful. And then the lady that was taking the measurements, she messed up, so they had to start all over again.
Oh my
And
gosh.
apparently my mom said I was supposed to be numbed and I should have walked out, but I didn't know anything. I was just like, oh, they have to do this. But I was like, I don't know. I just had a bad experience.
do
They
you
were
still,
like, just put her to sleep. She won't know anything.
you
I
don't
know, just put me to sleep.
you don't still go to this dentist, do you?
No, I went to another one, and the other one was like, "Do you want to talk about any cosmetic things?" And I was like, "No, I never needed braces and all stuff." And then that kind of gave me like an insecurity, like, do I need to do something about my teeth? I don't know. Like, it really messed with my brain, and I was like,
Wow.
"All right, you know what? Like, I just need to be like, I should have asked her like, why? What do you think I need? Because
But
now I look at them like, do I need something?
but that could be
Yeah.
it though. They're playing mind games with you. Like I'm trying to sell a
Exactly.
product.
That's what they're
So
doing.
hey,
That's what
dude,
they're
you
doing.
have
Just like how they got me with Invisalign, $3,000 down the drain.
Yeah, they do get you. So I don't know. I mean, I go. I don't like doing chit chat. I just want to get it done. But then, one dentist 1 month says I have cavities. 3 weeks later, the other dentist says I don't have cavities, and so it's so annoying. So I'm like, make up your mind. Tell me, do I need it or do I not? So
Mhm.
yeah.
Did he go like yell the other room? Hey, what's our quota on the cavities? Oh, we're good. All right, you're fine.
maybe I don't know. It's annoying. It's annoying. So dentists are hacks, and that's all I feel about
Well,
them. But yeah,
on the record, me and Jiaming do have a mutual friend as a dentist, so they're not all hacks. Come on.
I mean, there's a need for them, right? But
there's a need for them.
the thing
But
is, like, if we have good teeth, why are you making us feel bad about it when there's worse teeth out there?
Exactly.
That need to be addressed.
At dental conferences, a lot of panels are about putting your business first and being a dentist.
Isn't that against like some oath that they're supposed to take as doctors?
That's what my friend said, and he's gone to plenty of dentists and like dental conferences.
I feel like the logic behind that is like I know that we're just supposed to help people. If they don't need our help, we don't really need to help them. But if in order for the dentistry to be alive and to be available to people, you need to be able to stay in business. So here's some techniques to stay in business.
Sell that Invisalign. Make up 1,000 cavities, root canals. Do it.
I've also heard of like that dentists have a, and I only heard this secondhand, so don't quote me on it, but apparently there was this study that there's a higher rate of depression among dentists in the medical and like than any other profession in the medical field because they don't have as steady of a clientele, like a patient clientele, because people will come get their teeth cleaned and then probably never come back, and they're never sure if they're going to have like a steady flow of patients coming back to them.
I've come across an article. I've never read it, but yeah,
something similar.
Yeah. All right. I guess that's the wrap for dentist talk. Yay! All right.
Too much dentist talk, if you ask me.
Thanks, Jiaming. Yay!
I stopped listening like 10 minutes ago.
He's done. He's been done.
My thing was like 5 minutes bit. I don't know. You guys kept rambling. I don't know what's going on.
Well, I mean, you brought it up. You brought it up, and we have things to say. You started it.
I didn't ask you guys to contribute. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Thanks for listening and contributing. You can find this podcast on Instagram, Threads, and YouTube at Stuff Junk Show. You can find me, Albert, on Instagram and Threads as well at Albert5x5.
And you can find me on Instagram at RuthyGrace13 and Ruthy's Cats.
Oh, you can find me on social media, JAMINGLOU.
You can find me on social media at Anna Voltage or on my other show, Most Extreme Ranking Challenge.
Music has been provided by Gloomy June. Updates, contact info, ways to support us, and everything else is on the show notes found at whowhatwhereswhy.com. Before we go, let's give our 11 listeners some recommendations for this week. I'll ask again. Hey, Ruthy, since you're here in person, do you have something?
Of course not. You guys go ahead while I look up a recommendation.
All right, Jiaming, go ahead.
Real quick, just real quick. Marvel and Hulu years ago announced 4 animated TV shows. And then when Hulu and when Marvel TV got folded into Kevin Feige, they sort of all got canceled except for MODOK and Hitmonkey because they were so far along production. There was no reason to cancel it. They just released those 2, and MODOK got canceled. And Hitmonkey surprisingly was a surprisingly hit, right? So they actually got a renewed season 2, and it came out last week, all 10 episodes. I watched it. Loved it. It's fantastic. I think I recommended it season 1. Season 2 is just as good. It's just like if you like John Wick, it's super, super R-rated, super violent. If you like John Wick, Punisher stuff, this is the one for you because and it's better than those things because Hitmonkey, despite that it's animation, despite that it's comic book, it has a lot of. It's very, very much about the consequence, the weight of killing so many people and stuff like that. And the animation for the price point, for the amount of money the budget is really imaginative, really creative. Hitmonkey, Hulu, season 2. Watch it. It's fantastic. I loved it. I finished it in 2 days.
Also available on Disney Plus with Hulu.
Anna. I would like to recommend Twisters. It just came out.
Mhm.
I thought it was a good popcorn film.
Fantastic. It's a really good movie. Yeah.
It's really fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes. There's some really amazing shots. I'm like, and Glenn Powell just keeping up the momentum as the leading man. Like, he's really good. The only thing I didn't like was the choice to ruin Daisy's hair because it totally washed her out. So that really bothered me. But other than that, movie was great. Everything was great. Soundtrack, meh. But everything else, fun time at the movies.
Wait.
So
What
go
was
watch
wrong?
it.
What was wrong with Daisy Edgar Jones' hair?
It washed her out.
Mhm. Sure.
She was fine with her natural hair color. I don't know why they had to go with that odd blonde look.
I didn't even notice that it was a thing, but
Oh,
okay.
see, okay, well, yeah, you're a boy, so you're not going to notice these things.
Right. But it is Daisy Edgar Jones. You know, I'm in the past I mentioned that. Oh wow, she's like a cross between Anne Hathaway and Phoebe Cates. You know, it's like
yeah. Well, I
Interesting.
think that's why they dyed her hair because they didn't want the Anne Hathaway comparison. But she would there was no need for her to be so washed out. Like, it just didn't match her at all. But anyways, that's my only gripe. Other than that, it was a fun movie.
it's a fun movie. Yeah, I agree. It's a fun movie.
So go watch it, people.
Go watch Twisters. And if for those of you
Twisters.
wondering, and not much of a spoiler here, it doesn't really connect with the first one. Not really. So you don't need to watch the first one to watch this one.
It's not part of a Twister universe. It's fine.
Well, I think they never said it isn't. But the point is that you don't need to watch the
There's a
first
point.
one. Yeah.
That's the point. It's fine. It's not everything has to be.
It could be, but you don't
Why
have to watch the
bother?
first one.
The first one's not that good either, by the way. You just watch Twisters.
Yeah, Twisters is a better movie than the first one.
Yeah.
All right. And Ruthy.
Wow.
Got something ready?
Sure. I think. Yeah. No, I not an advertisement. I really like the Serpent Queen on Stars. I just binged watched it before arriving here last week and finished the whole series. Really good. It's the type of show that it's medieval. It's a queen story. It's a dark I wouldn't say it's a comedy, but it's a dark drama. But with a quirky twist where she breaks the fourth wall every so often. So it's an interesting twist on a historical drama. So highly recommend it if you're into that. The Serpent Queen.
It's based on Catherine de Medici. Oh,
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch like the other? Like, I know Stars is really good about like those shows.
Yes.
Like,
yeah, like the snow,
White Queen,
the White Queen, the White
the White
Princess,
Queen,
the Spanish Princess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Like, I always start the White Queen and I never finish it, but I actually
it's
want
so
to go
good.
through the whole thing. I know.
It's
I
so
love
good.
Rebecca Ferguson, all that
Mhm.
stuff. So I need to like finish it because I always get like distracted by the third episode and I never do. But Serpent Queen, I want to get to that. I want to watch that one because I do particularly like that historical figure. So
Mhm.
I would love to watch that. So
Yes.
yay! I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Ooh,
you.
And
Have good-
after you watch the Spanish Princess, highly recommend watching the Tudors. After that, I mean, it's really long,
My God, the
but
Tudors.
it's
Oh,
chronologically
I love-
in sync. So, like, if you start from the
Yes.
White Queen, White Princess, the Spanish Princess, and then into Tudors, Catherine de Medici kind of like is parallel to. I don't know really where, like which. I think it's parallel to the White Princess in terms of chronology.
Time period, yeah.
But yeah,
Any of
it's
these,
time period. Yeah.
Any of these medieval shows have a dragon?
No, it's
Oh,
based
man.
on real
That
history.
That we're talking about. That we're fine.
Technically, the White Queen is the War of the Roses, which did inspire Game of Thrones.
Any
Yeah.
incest babies?
I mean, it's
probably.
I mean, it was
It was royal.
the
Yeah, there you go.
medieval times. They all
Look at
kind of
that.
married each other's cousins, right?
Yeah, I mean,
That's right. That reminds me. I have to watch
No.
the what's it called Game of
no
Thrones.
dragons.
I gotta watch
House
House
of
of
the
Dragons.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
I
one
know I
yet.
haven't seen one episode either.
I'll watch
Oh,
it
wrap-
after
God.
recording. After drop you off.
Oh,
Yeah.
tonight.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna
Let's
have to
wrap
start
it up,
from the
guys.
beginning. I haven't watched one episode.
Okay, you
Save
should.
yourself the time. Don't watch it.
Mm.
Well, I mean, we know Anna is biased, but me and Jiaming are saying, yeah, go watch it, Ruthie. Go watch it.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that in Twisters, going back to Twisters here, David Cornsweet, the future Superman, is in the movie as well.
He's such a dick.
He plays a dick in this one. That's it does.
He's-
That it does.
I'm not
Yeah.
excited for Superman. Not that I ever was. But
I know. I was
I'm just
watching Twisters. I'm like, that's Superman. It's
like, what a
What a-
pale comparison to other Superman. I'm like,
he better be a good actor because he's a dick.
he's such a dick. I want to punch him in the face.
Yep. I also added to Ruthy, the only person I know that mentions anything about stars. So,
Am I the only one that watches it?
yeah, I
No,
think
I'm
so.
still paying for Stars because my mom still watches Stars because I was going through my subscriptions and I was like, that's why I was like, I need to start White Queen and finish it and go through the
The
other
3
things.
people that have Star subscriptions are right here. We found them. We did it,
it's
guys.
because
I don't
it's
even
such
have
a hassle
stars.
to,
It's not a real
remove the
thing.
subscription and
It's
then
not a real thing.
resubscribe,
Yeah.
and then so you just
I'm
there's
just
a
waiting
few
for.
good shows in there.
I'm just waiting for the moment somebody swoops up stars. Because I mean, come on. I mean, seriously,
I mean, they're doing
Well,
something
it's
right then if
still-
nobody's buying them,
merge
right?
it to
Is it
somebody.
Isn't
Stars has to be part of somebody. It has to be already part of some conglomerate, right?
Doesn't
It's
seem
some
like
money
it.
laundering at this point because how is
Mhm.
it still in business?
Anybody gonna Google? Anybody gonna Google this?
No,
Anybody?
but I do kind of vaguely remember seeing some star show in another streaming service. So clearly, there's a partnership going somewhere. Could be Netflix for all I know.
Yeah.
So, which should be ironic because there was the thing like a decade ago about stars leaving Netflix, right? So maybe they came
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Maybe they did come back. All right. My recommendation is another Threads article here. It starts off saying, "Let me tell you my Ninja Turtles story." All right. I do want you to. It's a long thread. I do want you to read it, but it does have to do with the idea that a lot of people, especially in the geek community, this episode is out in the week of Comic-Con. What was that?
Nerd.
Anyways, it does have to do. Oh, you were going nerds. That's what it was. Speaking of nerds, a lot of nerds nowadays, and I'm talking about like new ones and old ones. They seem to have a hang up about continuity. They seem to have a hang up about characters they love when they were children being changed all the time and whatnot. And I really feel like this hang up needs to go away, and they need to realize that it's something that they shouldn't hang on to. That's why it's called a hang up. Huh? And this example is the Ninja Turtles. Jiaming knows this. You guys should probably know this too. But the Ninja Turtles have been reinvented, and the history has been rechanged many different times.
I only like my Ninja Turtles, the OG version in black and white. I want Shredder to die. I want April O'Neil to be Asian. Was it Asian? No, black. She was black originally.
Yeah, she was black.
That's
originally.
that's not my Ninja Turtle.
Right. So the Turtles. I mean, like I said, there's a threads about this, but the short story here is essentially, there are people who love the Ninja Turtles, and they didn't mind that there's been all these different variations of the Turtles. And I think that's an example that the fandom in many other different fandoms should at least embrace. Like, just let it go. Just think about like the multiverse theory, where it's just a different Turtles. It's just a different Superman. It's just a different Batman. It's just a different something, whatever. It's like just Spider-Man. If people watch Spider-Man No Way Home, except for Anna, but and there's different Spider-Man with different backstories. It's like there are properties you can accept or have different reinventions and whatnot. And so whenever you go to another property, like Star Wars, for example, and you get this whole hang up about, it's not following the canon or whatever. I mean, why that one and not that one? So, come on. Just enough with this hang up, and just entertainment is entertainment. If you're not entertained, just don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it then. So, yeah. So, essentially. But read the thing. I think the guy, this is from Bright Sun Media on Threads. He had a nice write-up on Threads about his personal story about the Turtles and all that stuff. And it does come down to essentially, in a way, this was kind of like a rebuttal to all the Star Wars fans complaining about Star Wars stuff on Disney Plus. So yeah, okay, all right.
Oh, by the way, I did watch all the Alpha. I finished it. Looking back on it, there was some sort of complaint about. I have no idea what it was because I just watched it. Of all the things to complain about, the fact that there was 2 good episodes out of 8, that's the biggest complaint.
Oh, come on. Come on. I like the show. Not a review. Not a review. We're not reviewing Acolyte, but I like the show. I quite enjoyed the show. So yeah.
Could just made a movie out of it.
Because of Manny Jacinto, huh?
I mean,
Wink, wink.
he's a big plus about it,
Yeah.
But
Eh.
I just kind of wish it didn't end in such a cliffhanger. And I'm like, you guys knew or not know that you were getting a second season? Because what's up with the cliffhanger? So that's my only complaint. But other than that, I'm looking forward to season 2. Oh, and Cobra Kai is back on Netflix. Check it out. All right, this was episode 789, the Stuff and Junk Show. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, this podcast has been a Who What Where's Why production. Anna, was there anything in Twisters that you wanted to talk about specifically, or not to bother?
Oh man! What? Okay, so there was this one scene.
Oh, spoilers, people! Spoilers for Twisters.
Oh.
Go on.
Okay. So I don't know if you guys felt the awe that I did, but that one scene at the end where she's driving into the Twister, that was so amazing, and it reminded me of Fury Road when they're driving into the sandstorm. I was like, oh shit, this is so amazing. So I thought that was really cool how she went for it herself, and I know she got past her trauma, whatever, but she it was all her going to save the world kind of thing. And I thought that was a really cool way of doing it. And then Glenn Powell's character, I like how he's like a big, cocky kind of guy, but the force of nature still scared the shit out of him. And he had those moments where he just had to recover. And I thought that was a really nice addition to his character because he could have just been the big strong guy the whole time, but it was still a vulnerability to him that he allowed to show on screen that I really liked. So I don't know; those were my 2 points that I really enjoyed about the movie.
The biggest point.
Go ahead. You go first.
My biggest selling point for the movie is this is a textbook reason why big Hollywood studios hire independent directors and stuff to make these movies and stuff like that. Because Lee Isaac Chung, he adds a lot of value just by being the director of this movie and stuff. You know what I mean? I think that he adds value that's not found in a script. The two examples I have is number one, he shot it on film, so it looks great. You know what I mean? It's not shot on digital and stuff like that. And when they use digital for the YouTube stuff, the online stuff, you can really see the contrast, right? But the rest of the movie is on film and it looks gorgeous. So, number two, the one scene that I come back to as far as really showy as far as director is a really simple scene where she's walking into her barn, and she has a flashback to her childhood, right? Mm-hmm. You've seen this scene a million different times. A person walks into the childhood home, whatever, and they establish the room and they have a flashback, right? But the way he does it, the moment she walks in, the POV changes to a video camera. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's a recording and stuff like that. So that's something that's not found in the script. I'm 100% sure it's not in the script. So that whole thing is based on him being a director and adding a different layer of emotion, all that stuff. That's completely on the director to add that. And there's also moments of awe and reverence that he, you know what I mean? When the two characters are talking about the how hurricane or tornado forms, they merge the dialogue and stuff like that. And then the part that he adds is the CGI of the hurricane kind of coming together. You know what I mean? So those are examples of why I think to me, Lee Isaac Chung is the star of this movie. He's the biggest winner of it. He does a great, fantastic job. Big thumbs up from him. Good job by him. Yeah.
Do any of you guys find any articles regarding the science behind what she was doing with the tornado?
I'm not gonna take that seriously. I'm not gonna take that seriously.
I think according to Reddit, it was a bunch of hoopla.
Because I'm if that's true, why isn't anybody doing it?
Why are we doing this? No, I'm not.
I'm not taking this seriously.
Okay, that's fine. I was kind of hoping to naturally come across this article because I figured there would be articles about it. Haven't seen it, so what? I don't know what's going on. But anyways,
next time, let's see if the tornado smashes into a diapers warehouse. See what happens.
Yeah, let's see.
I mean, they did say that it's a confluence of different things that may have happened that made it work, and we don't know, right? And the movie made it so fantastical that things that did happen to that particular tornado that may be the reason why it worked. So,
I also want to mention this. To me, this movie reminds me a lot of The Fall Guy from earlier this year. It was just a lot of fun. You know what I mean?
Yes, I agree.
I mentioned this is the type of movie where 80% of the time when I go to see a movie, this is what I want. I want good-looking people to do good-looking things, to be charming and fun. I want action, humor. You know what I mean? This is the kind of thing I'm looking for. At one point, there's a there's a fireworks tornado, and at the end there's a fire tornado. You know what I mean? It's like this is fun. You know what I mean?
I know.
Were there cows like caught in the
No cow.
tornado this
No,
time?
There
no,
was
no,
another.
no,
no cow.
There was another animal though. Another animal shows up though, which is a lot of fun. I don't want to spoil it, but
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
I think
It's a lot of fun.
I think it's interesting that you chose you said the Fall Guy, because the Fall Guy, a lot of people said, oh, it's pretty standard. There's a lot of familiar tropes or whatnot. But like you were saying, that's besides the point. If just because there's a familiar tropes and you've seen stuff before doesn't make it not fun. If it's a fun
This one
movie.
is not. This one is not as funny as a Fall Guy, but it's more intense. The last 15, 20 minutes, I was at the edge of my seat. You know what I mean? It's a lot more tense. It's a little bit more emotionally involved and stuff like that.
I guess
it's good stuff.
if I was gonna pick the negative of that, I thought the plot tropes that the last act have is way too much. There was way too many. Like, of course she'll do that. Of course he'll show up. Of course he'll be able to do this. Of course she'll be. There was a lot of like, yeah, I can see this coming on.
But in the backdrop of all that, of course, there's a F5 tornado, which is fun. It's fantastic.
Right?
fun.
No, that's what I mean.
Well, fun.
That's what I mean. Besides
Well,
the
have
familiar
fun.
plot tropes, I'm entertained. I'm enjoying this movie. It has Glenn Powell. It has Daisy Edgar
Glenn
Jones.
Powell.
All good. It's all good. You know, like, but yeah.
Enemies to lovers trope, which is my favorite. So yay!
Mhm.
The script is kind of clever because she flips teams. You know what I mean? She starts from one end and then goes to the other end. That's pretty clever. I thought it was
Take
good.
that, corporate greed.
I was gonna post on social media this one sentence thing. Twisters is essentially the moderate America we should strive for. Because think about it, right? The way it's, city folk, a city girl or whatever, like city versus like country folk kind of thing. They play that thing. Oh, the country folks are dumb and whatever. And they do look fireworks in the tornado. And then city folks all about science, whatever. And then in the middle of the movie, they combine both of that together, where it turns out the country folk can do science, and then the city person can be country. And it's like, this is the moderate America that a lot of people are saying.
That's the one issue I actually had with the movie. She's not city folk. She just lived in New York for a little bit. She's from Oklahoma.
And the thing is,
I know.
Glenn Powell doesn't pick that up though. She for the whole movie, she has an accent. Whether he knows it's an Oklahoma accent or not, this is an accent.
No, that's besides the point. The point is that thematically, that's kind of what they're playing with.
Thematically, well, this guy's kind of dumb there. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying.
And also, just like real America, they didn't mention climate change at all. So that is very Americana.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that to happen. Yeah. See, it's moderate politics in this movie. Yeah. That's what they're doing, and I'm like, okay, I'm fine. I'm fine with that. I guess. Yeah. There we go. All right. Oh wait, this is already the end. This is already after credits. So there you go, guys. Spoilers for Twisters.
Bonus episode.
If you see you in Comic-Con, or if you see us in Comic-Con, if you know what we look like, say hi. I'll give you guys a pin.
Yeah.